What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Six-Man Blitz episode. I got my guy with me, Mr. Ryan Wynn. We got NBA for you. We got NFL for you. The Bears coming off a dub. Rockets Thunder was peak. NBA's back in full effect. Double overtime game. Luka went stupid. The Lakers obviously was missing LeBron, but we got a lot of shit to talk about today. You ready to get into it?
Let's go. I'm locked in.
And I think starting with week 7, let's break down the NFL. What happened over there? What were some of your takeaways from week 7?
I got two big takeaways. All right. The first big takeaway is Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They are elite. I know the record won't show that they, in my opinion, are the best team in football, but we all know what Mahomes brings to the table. With Rice back, that offense was flowing, the defense was flowing. Granted, they were playing the Raiders, which is one of the worst teams in football, but the way that Mahomes was dotting them dudes up, man, it was special to watch. For real, it was
Yeah, it was
special.
nice. He was cooking. He was in his bag, and this offense has been
Oh
getting
my
gradually
gosh.
better and better week after week. And then Rasheed Rice, he didn't have 100 games. He didn't go too crazy, but he had 2 touchdowns and an opening touchdown too. So I mean, the offense is back for sure. Brashard Smith is somebody, hopefully you picked him up off waiver wires. That's somebody that had a lot of touches in the game. Receiving yards, rushing yards. Somebody to watch out for.
Yeah, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, man. I was excited to see Mahomes get his number one weapon back, but I think arguably the biggest takeaway from this weekend is the Miami Dolphins and Tua. Um, When I tell you, I don't know if I've ever seen I saw Justin Fields play against the Broncos
That was bad.
not too long ago. That was bad, but dude, Tua, at least Fields not throwing the ball to the other team. He's just not throwing the ball at all. Tua is throwing it to the other team like a lot, like often. It was brutal to watch, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're leaning towards starting him again this week. I mean, he's got a big contract, but I would, if I'm the coach and I'm worried about my job, which he probably should be worried, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
man, we might have to move it to a different direction because he's playing like he got CTE right now.
And I don't know what's worse, his play on the field or him in that podium in front of the talking and shit. He's throwing
That's what
motherfuckers
I'm
under the
saying.
bus. He ain't doing shit right.
And it's him. It's him.
Yeah.
Like he's the reason they're bad. Like no offense, I
Oh,
respect Tua. I used to like his game a lot, but man, he's a turnover machine right now. So yeah,
we ain't gonna get
I don't know
too
what they're gonna do.
disrespectful, bro. I mean, you remember that comment that Ryan Clark had about him? He said he was like built like a stripper or some shit.
Nah, I didn't see that. A stripper. Damn.
Or something. Like he said his build was crazy or something. But yeah, Tua,
Uh,
he deserves all the disrespect he's getting, to be honest. He's been playing terrible, and he's just not been handling himself pretty well. Apologize for calling out his teammates and stuff. So I think this is the end for Tua. I think this
yeah.
season is going to be it for him. I think the Dolphins got to draft a quarterback. They got to move on from Mike McDaniel. Everybody got to go in that building. And I mean, they could even trade a bunch of guys at the trade deadline. Jalen Waddle, Devon A-Chain, all these guys, they could be available.
Yeah, it's over. They need to break it up and just restart. They're not doing anything. Miami used to be that team where you would never pick up a defense that's playing against Miami. Now you're like,
Nah.
ooh, they're playing
Yeah.
Miami. Let me go pick up their defense. So
You
yeah,
treating
they
them
got to do
like
something different.
you treating it like it's like Cam Ward and the Titans. Any defense they got
Yeah,
coming up.
it don't matter. You got to get them.
But I mean, with Tua, his career looking like it's almost about to be wrapped up and shit. Glad he got a payday before this shit is about to be over.
Yeah,
But Justin Fields, you saw the comments. We was talking about it in the group chat. Hey, the owner bogus for that shit.
yeah man. Look, I know it's football and it's a dog eat dog world. Like I get it, but I feel like publicly as an owner, like you can't do that to to
No,
your quarterback. Like,
you
and
paid
I
him
get it.
money.
You're paying him, and that's probably why he's in his feelings a little bit. And I get it. Like he's not playing well. Like I understand, but you can't humiliate him publicly the way that he did. If I'm Justin, I would probably ask out, but I know it's football. It's not basketball. You can't just ask out in
Yeah.
football, right? But man, I don't know if how can you play for somebody that talks about you like that publicly? How can you do it? I don't know if he can.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Maybe he'll
And
shake it off. Who knows?
Woody Johnson as a owner really hasn't done much right. I mean, the whole this it's been a dysfunctional organization for quite some time, but you doing that, it's just crazy. Justin Fields, obviously, he hasn't played well. We all know that. Tyrod Taylor is probably going to start this week, but yeah, for him to go, I mean, he carries himself pretty well, true professional. You never hear anything too bad about bro, like in terms of, talking to his teammates, calling out guys and shit. But yeah.
And
I see
and
it.
uh, that's what I was about to say. Like, feels like, of course, the play on the field hasn't been great, but like on the podium, he's like respectful, like you said, not throwing his teammates under the bus. He talks about like his work ethic, his faith in God, like that
Yeah,
type of
talks about
stuff.
God, yeah.
Yeah, so like he's been like a model citizen on the podium. His game hasn't showed, but I think the owner could have went about it a different way. And he didn't. So we'll see what happens next.
I do think though, well, I could put that as my bold predictions for next week. But yeah, I think Justin, his time as a starter is over too. Him and Tua, it's not looking good for both of those guys. Jets and Dolphins will be drafting quarterbacks. I mean the 49ers though, Mac Jones. On the flip side, you see a backup quarterback kind of potentially continue to grow. And as many injuries as the 49ers face, they still win. I don't understand it. They're cooking with Mac Jones and this defense.
Yeah, and you said you don't understand it. I do. And his name is Christian McCaffrey. I mean,
Yeah.
this dude is he's that. Like he's it. But Mac Jones, he's been balling, he's been playing under control, not turning the ball over too much. He did have a little lapse with a turnover last week, but or earlier this week, excuse me. But man, like yeah, the 49ers been playing awesome. The defense, they're missing their best player and Fred Warner, but they're still balling, man. It's a coaching clinic, I would say,
Yeah, because
when it
Shanahan
comes down to.
and
Hmm.
Salah are both, cooking with whoever's out there. It don't matter.
Yeah,
So
they
yeah,
are.
the 49ers look good. It's a team that we can't really bet against. I mean, they're sitting at the top of the division right now. They beat the Rams, Matthew Stafford, Thursday night football, not too long ago. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about this 49ers team with the easy schedule, great coaching. It shows you when you got great coaching, you can make up for a lot of things.
Yeah, and you take care of the ball, which Mac Jones has done a decent job at, not giving the ball to the other team every other possession. So if you could take care of the ball and not give up as many points, I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey, you got a chance every week.
Oh, hell yeah. McCaffrey went stupid too. I think he's like top 10 in receiving too. I saw like the
Yeah, he's
receiving leaders. It's crazy.
he's killing. He's killing every week.
Another thing I saw, another takeaway. I don't know if JJ is going to step on the field again for the Vikings this season. Think there's going to be development for him. I mean, because he was practicing, and they're saying he's still not ready yet. And Carson Wentz is starting Thursday. I don't know with the schedule they got coming up. It's really tough. I don't know if they throw him out there again this season.
I mean, if you watch the film, like he just doesn't look good. Like he
No.
looks kind of eager. He's kind of impatient. He just don't look good. And Carson Wentz isn't, he's not the best quarterback in the world. Don't get me wrong, but he's one of those game managers that can at
Yeah.
least give you a chance every week. Especially their defense has been balling. Obviously, you got Justin Jefferson out there, and Jones should be coming back soon. So the team is a good team. I just don't think JJ is ready. So that wouldn't be a bad decision if they sat him down. As a Bears fan, I would love for him to play because that'll help us out a lot, honestly.
That's an easy layup game now. Because I think the Bears, week one, we saw a little bit of what they were. And then second half, you're still figuring things out. That was
Yeah,
game one. I mean, Detroit Lions, they lost to the Packers. And now they're going out there and beating the Bucks and stuff. So week one, I'll let it slide. When we see the Vikings again, it's BTA.
it's over. We're gonna take care of him. I don't care who the quarterback is. We're a better
Not
team.
me either. But right now, looking at the landscape of the NFL, it's hard to say. I mean, good teams are losing to bad teams. There's upsets every week. I mean, who in your mind are the clear favorites for the Super Bowl? Who are the best two teams in the NFL? Like, if you had to put money on it, who would you pick?
Like you said, man, it's a super hard decision primarily because this is one of the first years that I can think of where like everybody's like losing. Like, and they're not losing a lot. Like some teams got 2 losses, 3 losses, but there isn't a team that's like dominated like every
No.
single week. It was the Bills for a little while, and then we're like, maybe not the Bills. So if I had to choose today, I would probably say, I know this might be crazy, but I probably would take the Rams out of the NFC. And I would take the Chiefs out of the AFC. And I'll probably have Mahomes just going out there and getting another one, honestly, the way that they're looking. But yeah, give me Rams versus Chiefs if I had to choose today. But we know next week it could look a lot different.
It could. You could be like, all right, it's Colts and the Eagles again. I
Right.
do like that's exactly what I had written down too. Rams versus Chiefs. I think the Rams, their game against Jacksonville, just making them look like they didn't even belong in London with them. I mean, and that's a team that beat the Chiefs. I mean,
Yeah.
defensively, that the Rams defense had 7 sacks on Trevor Lawrence. Stafford threw 5 touchdowns without, Puka. So I mean, shit. The Rams look legit.
They look great, and I'll give McVay a ton of credit because he calls a hell of a game every week.
Yeah,
Like you don't really know what they're going to do. Matt Stafford's under center a lot, but they play out of the play action a lot. And Matt Stafford, he's not turning the ball over like that. So like he's got Puka on one side, Devontae on one side. Obviously, Puka didn't play last week, but Devontae looked like Devontae. He's probably the best goal line target that we got in the NFL
right.
when it comes to like jump balls. But yeah, man, I think the Rams, man, they're gonna shock a lot of people this year.
And I mean, the Eagles looked pretty good last week. And they beat the Rams, they beat the Bucks, without fully having things figured out. So I'm interested to see how the NFC plays out. But I'd put some money on the Rams to come out the
Yeah,
NFC
absolutely,
and the Chiefs too. We
absolutely.
we talked about them a little. Colts, Chiefs. Who are you taking in that game?
It's a toss up, man. It's gonna be a toss up. It's really gonna come down to probably who's got the home field advantage. But even then, it's gonna be hard to bet against Mahomes, man. It's hard to do
Mhm.
that in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean the Colts, like we said before, you said that they're just beating teams, putting up 30 points. This is a team that has so many ways to beat you, so many weapons. Jonathan Taylor has more touchdowns than a lot of teams in the NFL, a handful of teams in the NFL.
A
It's
handful of
crazy.
them. And,
So
and dude, the holes he's running through. Sometimes he's not even getting touched. I mean, 1st and 10, the ball's at the 40-yard line. How does he not get touched? He's not getting touched at all. So
it's crazy.
he's been one of the most impressive people in all of football this year. And the Colts have obviously been the most impressive team in football this year, based on projections at least.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this team, I doubted them. I had a clip up, right? I was like, they're not gonna make the playoffs. Their schedule's looking tough, and motherfuckers was cooking me in the comments
Yeah,
again.
as they should have.
It got a lot of views, and I'm like, damn, low key watching that game against the Chargers. Yeah, they had their way with the Chargers, and that's a team that had Khalil Mack. They had their guys back, so Joe Alt's coming soon. So I mean, this is a good Colts team, a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I would never count the Colts out. Again, the only way that I would pick against the Colts is if they're playing against the Chiefs. If they don't run into the Chiefs, or maybe the Ravens too, but if they don't into the Chiefs, I'll probably pick the Colts to do it the way that they're playing right now.
If Lamar goes on a run and he gets back and gets in the playoffs, I would trust Buffalo, Kansas City, and Baltimore against the Colts. But that's up for grabs.
I feel you with the Chiefs and I feel you with the Ravens. I don't believe in Buffalo anymore. I think those two
Jonathan
back-to-back
Taylor, yeah,
losses, I think that means something in football, especially when you're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. You can't lose those two games, especially at the
hell no.
crib. So
Especially with Atlanta, they're an inconsistent ass team. One week they
yeah,
look really good, and then they lose the next straight week. So it's tough to see where Buffalo is. But yeah, and Jonathan Taylor would run wild against his Buffalo Bills defense.
wouldn't
If
even be a challenge for
Bijan,
him.
yeah, exactly. So what are your top 10 teams right now? What are you feeling?
Top 10 teams, man. Let me give them to you. So I got the Colts at one.
Okay.
And again, the list is fluid. To Stephen A's credit, the list is fluid. The list change every week, but I got the
Uh-huh.
Colts at one. Man, they've been the best team in football pretty much all season. The one loss that they got, they probably should have won that game. It came down to a penalty on a game-winning field goal in Denver. So, to the Lions, they showed up
Okay.
and they took care of the Broncos. That was kind of not Broncos, excuse me, the Bucks. That was kind of disappointing for me to watch because I had the Bucks winning that.
Me too.
Chiefs at three. I know
That's
the
fair.
Chiefs don't have the best record right now, but they're dominant. They got Mahomes. They're at three. They're the third best team in football right now. Rams at four. Um, really no explanation there needed. Got the Bills at five. Packers at six. They're at the
Okay.
top of the division right now because they got that tie with the Cowboys. So Packers, they've moved up to about six right now.
Okay.
Um, Eagles at seven. I don't even want to put the Eagles in my top 10, but I got them at 7. Bucks, Bucks at 8 because they got the loss to the Lions. We got to drop them a little bit to 8.
Hmm.
Patriots at 9. I like the
Patriots are a
Patriots a
top 10
lot.
team.
Yeah, they're at 9. And then it was a toss up for me. I got the 49ers at 10. It was between them and the Seahawks, but 49ers at 10 because they have not been healthy and they've still been winning games. So I got to put them in the top 10.
I like your list. I think 49ers, I don't have them on my top 10. I put together a top 10 too.
Let's
And
hear it.
we have some disagreements.
Let's
But
hear it.
I got Colts at 1,
Okay.
Rams at 2. I think the Rams are the best team in the
Not
NFC.
bad. Not bad. I love it. I love it.
Chiefs at 3, was same there. Lions at 4. I got Buffalo, far down the list, but Eagles at 5. I think they put on a
Okay.
clinic. I'm investing some stock in Jalen Hurts. Whenever the fucking doubters, whenever people are talking shit about him, he throws up a classic performance, and then
He
has his
does every
diamonds
time.
dancing and shit. uh, Bucks at 6. I still like what I see from the Bucks. I think
Okay.
they'll bounce back. But Mike Evans being out for 8 weeks now is crazy.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Emeka Ibuka stock though. Sterling Shepard too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make another video about that. uh, even though he failed me with the last take. Seahawks at 7,
Okay.
Patriots at 8, and then Bills at 9. I, I'm
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
I'm falling down on Buffalo. I think with the Patriots victory and their, them being at the top of the AFC East, I got them above the Bills, but by 1 spot. And then number 10, the Packers. I don't know about you, but I'm not sold on the Packers that much. They're not winning
I'm
games
not either.
convincingly. Jordan Love, he's questionable. And this defense, I mean, Joe Flacco had a decent day. They barely beat Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals, and then they lost to Joe Flacco with the Browns. So
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not sold on the Packers, even though I got them at 6. I'm just respecting the record. At the end of the day, they're at the top of the division, and I'd say that we got the best division in football. So, kind of wanted to give them, the respect they deserve there. I
mhm.
like the fact that we have 9 of the 10 teams that we both have for
Right.
the top 10. You have the Seahawks. I got the Niners. Same division, same record. So I can see where the disconnect is there.
That was a tough loss for the Seahawks too. If they would have won that game, I mean, we're looking at
Yeah.
them totally different. Sam Darnold fumbled the ball off his lineman's, back or some shit, but I like the Seahawks. I think that's a complete team. JSN,
Definitely.
Darnold, one of the best connections in football. It looks scary.
They got a nice running back duo too with Walker and Charbonnet. They kind of split snaps, kind of like the Lions do. So I like their team. They're complete.
It's special. Where are the Bears at on your list though? Where are you thinking about this Bears team? 4-2, winning football games.
I love what the Bears are doing as a Bears fan or just an analyst of the Bears, if you would want to call it that. We've seen this team be the bottom of the league the last few years, like
Hmm.
literally at the bottom. The fact that we're 4-2, we're in a great place. They're not in the top 10 yet. If they can go out there and win this week, maybe they'll in one of the top 10s lose. Maybe we'll throw the Bears in there. I see them having a successful season though, man. Like they've been super impressive. Like we're
Hmm.
getting it done, and that's all that matters. Whether it's offense, defense, special teams, we're getting it done. Caleb didn't play that well this weekend, but hey, a win is a win, and we'll take it.
My thing is they haven't reached their ceiling defensively or offensively yet, so
Mm-mm.
things could get really spooky. Caleb, once he starts to meet the level of our defense and our run game, this is a dangerous team. I have them as an honorable mention, maybe 11, maybe 12. They're
12.
ranked. They're ranked in a lot of rankings that I saw at 14. So we're getting there.
Hey, and 14 for us is not bad from what we're
It's
accustomed
huge.
to. Imagine if the Jets were at 14 right now. They'll probably be having Super Bowl parties already, scheduled and ready to go. So we'll take 14.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, the run game has looked fantastic, which we can't say our run game's been good since probably Montgomery left. So the fact that the run games look good, defense has been balling, man. Like what, 4 turnovers we had last game or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Um, Interceptions and fumble recovery. Man, the defense been balling. Like you said, we just need Caleb to pick it up a little bit, and I think he will.
I think you will too, because you look at this run game, it was terrible to start the season, and then right after
Hmm.
the bye, the last 2 weeks, it's been on the money. One of the best rushing attacks in the NFL. So I'm excited. I'm hyped about that. Now let's look ahead to week 8. What are some bold predictions you have for week 8 and some storylines you're following for this next upcoming week?
I got two. You know, I always come with two. You ask me
Yes,
for
sir.
one, I always give you two. So you might as well start asking me for two. The first bold prediction is the Colts will put 50 on Tennessee this week.
BTA for real.
50,
That's a spanking.
50. And the fact that Daniel Jones probably won't even play the last 8 minutes of the game, I think is going to be that embarrassing for Tennessee, and I kind of feel bad for him heading into
Bet
this
the
week.
over.
Bet the over, man. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be so bad.
I think so
What do
too,
you
because
think
this
about that?
this Tennessee team, they're still figuring out their identity. This offense obviously isn't where it needs to be yet. Defensively, Tennessee, I mean, they're surviving, but the Colts are gonna run it down their throat. Daniel Jones gonna put on a clinic. This might be an MVP level performance for him. So I could see them putting up 50. I would not be surprised by it.
See, the thing that I think you failed to mention is you said the defense has been surviving. However, when your offense is as bad as Tennessee's offense is, it don't matter how
No,
good your
no.
defense is.
They're
You're
gonna be
gonna be
out
on
there
the
a lot.
field all game. You're gonna give something up eventually. Trust and believe. But yeah, that's my first bold prediction. Second bold prediction is Denver is playing the Cowboys. We know
Ooh,
about the Cowboys defense. So I got Sutton having a monster week. I
barbecue
think
chicken.
Sutton I think Sutton is going to feast on the Cowboys. This will be a high scoring affair. Let me see. I got Sutton 7 catches, about 110 yards, a touchdown. I think Sutton pops off this week for his best week in fantasy so far this year. Best
And
game
I
in general.
I could see that. I don't know what their corner situation is right now. If Diggs and Deron Bland are still banged up, but it won't matter. Bo Nix is going to put up a clinic. Like Sutton's going to be somebody involved in this run game. Will get going. I think this could be one of the more high scoring games of the week. So I could see that happening. I could see Sutton putting up a dominant performance. Bo Nix has low key been nice in the fourth quarter of the last couple of games. 33 points by the Broncos against the Giants.
In my lifetime, the only thing that I can think of, and this won't even compare to that, but a few years ago, the Vikings and the Colts were playing, and I can't remember who won the game, but one of the teams were down like 30 at half or something like that, and the other team came back and won. But yeah, that game was crazy to watch, dude. I promise you, I turned it off. I looked at Twitter, I turned it back on, and then when Dart scored, I turned it back off, and I'm like, man, what's going on? But yeah, that game was awesome, man. It's crazy.
No, yeah. So I think Denver's going to put up points again against Dallas. Some bold predictions I have for week 8. I think Tyrod Taylor has a big week against the Bengals defense. I think
Okay.
he goes out there. Garrett Wilson might play. He's questionable right now. If he gets Garrett Wilson, I think he has a good performance in this one. I think the Jets potentially get an upset over the Bengals.
That's a
It's
that's
an
a great
unction.
take. That's
It's
a
an
no,
unction
that's a great
bowl.
take. I think as bad as Bengals defense is, me and you could have a good week versus them
Oh
too. So
yeah.
and I haven't played football since Pop Warner. So
I mean, the only one that probably wouldn't have a good week is probably Justin Fields against the ass. That's
yeah,
it.
you're
And
right.
he's not
Maybe
playing. So Tyrod Taylor is going to have a big game. He usually is somebody that you throw him out there, the starting quarterback gets hurt. He has a big week and then he hurts his ribs or some shit and he's out for some time and then never gets the job back again. So I'm rooting for him. Like I said, another unction bowl.
so. Let me ask you this: if you got Tyrod Taylor popping off this week, did you say that you had the Jets winning too?
Yes, sir. They get their
Okay,
first dub.
okay, all
Justin
right.
Fields gonna be mad as shit.
You gotta stand on that. Stand on it.
I'm
Stamp it.
gonna I'm gonna pick it. Yeah, Jets are gonna win this
Stamp it.
this week. They're gonna win this
Okay.
week. It'll
What's
be
the
a crazy.
score?
I'll say 28-20. I'm saying he has a
Wow.
good
Jets
performance.
Jets go Jets go from not scoring any points at 28. Tyrod Taylor is Lamar Jackson. He's the answer. Can't wait to see
Now,
it.
Woody Johnson's comments might have been, not right morally, but they might have
Right.
been right still.
True. It's true.
So I got a Tyrod Taylor masterclass, and I got a Rodgers going back to his prime and beating the Packers. I think he has
Wow.
an amazing game. Like he's played well this season too, but I think he goes back
Yeah, yes.
little ayahuasca before the game, goes crazy.
I love the take primarily because we know Aaron used to play for the Packers, so it only makes sense. You know, this game means a lot to him, whether he says it does or it doesn't. It means a
Mhm.
lot to him. I do think that he has a monster game versus Green Bay. I agree. Great take.
The last one I have. This might be crazy.
You coming with the triplet trio? Let's hear
Not
it.
it's actually might not even be a hot take. Maybe I don't know. Caleb Williams, Lamar Jackson shootout. Both quarterbacks. This is elite quarterbacking in this game. Shootout.
Okay. As a Bears fan, I love
Go toe to toe with
the
Lamar.
take. I love the take as a Bears fan, but as a fan of football, I just don't. The Ravens are 1-5. This should be Lamar's first game back, and I think Lamar is licking his chops at Chicago right now.
Okay.
If Chicago beats Lamar Jackson, they will be in my top 10 next week.
This this is how I want it. I don't want to face the Ravens without Lamar. I don't want to face
Yeah,
Snoop Huntley. I want to face Lamar. And I think Lamar has a huge game, balls out like MVP. But I think Caleb matches that. And he's in his bag in this one. That's just a
do the
prediction.
Bears get the dub? Do the Bears get the dub?
Yeah, they get the dub.
Yeah, they get the dub. Okay, we'll
The
see.
Bears win this game in a shootout. Like I'm talking about a high scoring game. This
Like
might be one of those like it's
38, 34, one of those type games, or you
I think
talking
so.
40s?
I think so, but
Okay,
the Bears still get like a turnover somehow. Like a Derrick Henry fumble, maybe like a little peanut punch situation. You get one of these receivers, Rashad Bateman or somebody, Mark Andrews fumbles. Um,
Mark Andrews will fumble.
and I think Lamar throws an interception too. But he has a great game
Okay.
still. So I'm seeing like 2 turnovers from the Bears and game winning drive by Caleb. That's what I got right now.
I love the tenacity in your voice when you're speaking. I love everything about it, man. But at the end of the day, you're talking about a 1-5 Ravens team, and you're talking about Lamar revenge tour. I think you forgot about how good Lamar Jackson is, but
I know he's great.
he I love the Bears, but he is going to he gonna get it. He gonna do it. Trust me. Trust me.
We've
Lamar, you're
seen
right. He's gonna have a monster game. Yes, absolutely.
We've seen crazy things this season. We've seen Michael Penix Jr. outplay Josh Allen. We've seen, Josh Allen get outplayed by Drake May. This is Caleb's moment. This is Ben Johnson's moment. You got Roquan Smith out there that he wants to see the Bears. He would have played. I seen somebody say today, "Oh yeah, he would have played against the Bears if he had a torn ACL."
If if Caleb goes out there and does what you're saying he's going to do, have a monster game against MVP Lamar Jackson, and the Bears somehow win the game, that will be the defining moment of Caleb's career thus far, and that will be the trajectory taking
Mhm.
off in his legendary career that he'll have if he wins this game. It's that big in my opinion.
This is a games we move on from Justin Fields. We get Caleb Williams. These are the games we need him to be Caleb. And I could care less for what he's done to start the season. Gave me a great performance in this game, beating the Ravens, going 5-2. Now you're the same record as Detroit. You're still up there to win this division. You got the Bengals. You got these Cheeks teams after this game. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, I love it.
So so
Good
that's what
prediction.
I'm going with. What about your fantasy? I mean, you said Cortland Sutton, but you have another guy that you think is going to have a breakout game this week for fantasy football.
But Cortland Sutton, man. I think DK Metcalf is going to pop off this week too. And like you said, Aaron Rodgers
Oh yeah,
playing
he
against
could.
his old team in the Packers. I think DK really leads the charge. He was kind of a no-show a little bit last week. I think he finished with like 8 fantasy points. You could stamp him for
Cost me.
23 or 25 this week,
Hopefully.
easily. He'll definitely dominate this week.
Now, for my prediction, fantasy football player of the week or whatever. Anybody on the Falcons against the Dolphins. Anybody. Kyle Pitts. Anybody. The whole offense. Anybody.
Everybody just pick.
Drake London, I
Damn.
think Bijan Robinson, those two guys have huge games. And I think Penix, I think he has like a knee injury right now. I think he'll play though. So I think he has a big game. London and Bijan Robinson all have big games. Emeka Ibuka bounce back game against the Saints, him and Baker. think that connection gets back going. So
Yeah.
I think we see a big game from the NFC South teams. If you got somebody in the NFC South, minus the Saints, minus the Panthers, just those two teams. If you got anybody from those squads, you're good.
I wouldn't be surprised if guys on the Saints, go crazy too because the Bucks did not play up to their standards. They didn't score a lot of points last week, this on
No.
Monday, excuse me. I think that they come out swinging this week, looking to put points on the board. So in order for the Saints to hang in there, which I think they're not going to win, but they'll score some points.
Right.
They're going to have to pass the ball. They're going to have to get the ball moving, get the chains moving. So I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to for Olave to have a good game as well.
Yeah, Olave could have a big game. That's true.
Yeah.
That's somebody to watch out and monitor too. So, Huff's games of the week. What are your thoughts on these games? We talked a little bit about some of them, but Vikings Chargers Thursday night. Who you got in this one?
I'm gonna shock you, man. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Ooh,
I'm gonna take the Vikings 24-21. Vikings
Carson
win with a
Wentz.
last second field goal. I think Carson Wentz leads them over the Chargers this week.
Hopefully, bro, because I just picked up Will Richard, the kicker from Minnesota,
Yeah.
because my kicker's on his bye. But that would be good. I think this is gonna be a 50-50 game. I think the Chargers win this football game. Carson Wentz has kind of been struggling. The Vikings' schedule is tough as hell. So if they win this game, that would help them keep them at a good point. The Bears are now not the worst team in this division. Vikings are at
No.
fourth place now. So that's a bright spot for us. I think the Vikings getting Aaron Jones back this week. I think Carson Wentz playing well will probably keep JJ out the picture. I think he does. But I think the Chargers squeak by 27-21. Get the victory on Thursday Night Football.
Let me clarify as well. If Carson Wentz is the starting quarterback, I'll take Vikings 24-21. If JJ somehow wiggles into the starting lineup, I will not take the Vikings. Just to
I think
clarify.
I think they just named Carson playing this week.
Okay.
I think Adam Schefter just put that out. So
Okay. Good enough.
I think Carson has a good game. Justin Herbert has a better game, and this Chargers team is going to come back off that victory, off that loss against the Colts. Hungry, trying to win a game. And I mean, Kamani Vidal, Deshaun Haskins. If you got those guys on your team, cut them. Is it fair to say that Vidal gave me like 8-7 points last week? Very disappointing performance. They couldn't run the ball at all. And Hassan Haskins, bro, I picked him up. He was my priority waiver guy, and he hasn't amounted to shit.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers in general haven't really been as good as everybody thought that they would be, especially after they had that first game, the monster game versus the Chiefs. But the receivers have been, okay. Keenan Allen had a pretty big game. They've been passing a lot at the end
Yeah.
of the day. They've been getting
Her-
behind the eight ball. They got to pass.
Herbert, I think, threw for like 400 yards, something crazy like
Yeah.
that.
Again, every week they can't rely on the run game because they're trailing, so they have to pass.
It's crazy. Bears versus Ravens. You didn't say who you got in this one. Who you got?
Oh, I got Lamar Jackson taking that game. I actually have the game a lot closer than what you would think, though. I have Ravens 31, Chicago 27.
Okay.
At the end of the day, Lamar is going to be Lamar. He'll have his MVP performance. I think you're right about Caleb and Lamar in a shootout. That's why I have it a high scoring game, but the Ravens ultimately take it by 4 points this week.
That'd be a huge
If Lamar plays.
Yeah, that'd be a huge tone-setting win for the Ravens, especially with how well this Bears team has been playing. I think the Bears right now are like 6-point under. Like, was it 6 or 9 point underdog right now? And I'm like, that shit don't even make sense. The Ravens, they're 6.5 underdogs right now. The Ravens are 1-5, and we're 4-2, and we're 6.5 underdogs.
Yeah, but at the same time, Lamar hasn't played. I mean,
Yeah.
I get the record and all that, but we all know that if Lamar is suited up, that they haven't even been competing. If Lamar is playing, they're not 1-5.
No,
We
yeah.
we know that. We know that.
Giants versus Eagles. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna take the Eagles, even though I don't like really picking them because they
They
never do
disappoint
it.
us.
Yeah, they never have that dominant performance. But I'm gonna take the Eagles 28-20. They win by 8. Yeah.
I think this Giants team, they're showing a lot of, promise. Brian Dable, I think he might be on the hot seat. He might be losing his job after this. Dart, Scatterboo, they look great, but some of his mistakes, late game, play calling and all that stuff, he's kind of cost them a little bit. Defensively too. I mean, You know, that Giants, you can't give up 33 points in the one quarter. So this Eagles team, how they lost to the Giants not too long ago, they're gonna be trying to get back. So I think a big performance by Hurts in this offense. They follow up last week's great performance and they put on a clinic against the Giants and win this game. I'm thinking 35, 19 or something crazy. I don't know.
Okay,
35,
a
8,
blowout.
35, 7. Yeah, 35-16.
So I agree with you with Dave's being on the hot seat. One thing that I hate to see in football, which I feel like I see it every week, is when teams build leads, they start playing not to lose and they don't play
Yeah,
to win. The stuff that you do to get the lead, they don't do that no more. They run on first, run on second. Now it's 3rd and 8, and they try to pass. Now they're punting. I think teams should start being a little bit more aggressive and kind of keep your foot on the gas a little bit more, and they'll start to close these games out.
I agree. I mean, that's one thing I like about Ben Johnson is that as a sicko
Yes,
on the
aggressive.
sideline, he don't care. He's not happy with the touch. I mean, there was just some like it was like a video of him on the sideline during the game, and he didn't smile once until till the game was over, and he was in the locker room celebrating his shit. uh,
Gotta be that way.
but Cowboys versus Broncos. Who do you have in this game? You got the Broncos.
No, I'm gonna take the Cowboys. High scoring
Damn,
affair. I'm gonna
upset.
go 30. Yeah, I'm gonna go 34-31. Dak's playing at MVP level. He's got CD back, so now
George
it's
Pickens
all
too.
flooring. Ferguson is killing. Like you said, Pickens is killing. Williams is running the ball great. They don't play defense, but the offense has been holding it down. So I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
I like that pick. I like Cowboys in this one too, but I'll still probably take the Broncos. Think Bo Nix has been playing at a nice level, especially in the clutch. This offense is kind of finding their groove a little bit. Defensively, they're good to match this high powering offense for the Cowboys, but think it still will be a shootout. I think the Broncos, Sean Payton, this offense scores in the most important moments and they win this game. So I think 35 28. Close game, but Dak continues that MVP resume. I don't know if they'll give it to him with how their record is and how the season's going to end up for him, but he deserves to be one of those top names, having the
Yeah,
Joe Burrow type
absolutely.
of season. You see what Sean Payton said about Russell Wilson though?
Dude is a
Another
hater.
another motherfucker talking shit.
He is a hater. He need to
Nah,
chill out.
he's
Let's
got to be.
ride.
Steelers Packers. Who you got? The
I'm gonna take the
final game.
Packers. Unfortunately, as a Bears fan, I don't ever want to pick the Packers, but I'll take the Packers 27-24. I think that they do just enough to get it done. And they also win this game with that last second field goal, ruining Aaron Rodgers' night. So
It's crazy. I never thought I would see an Aaron Rodgers game versus Packers like this, but I'm going to root for Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to pick him to win this game. And I think the Steelers offense, the defense is going to, this team's going to come together and try to help Aaron Rodgers get a victory over his former team last season, probably for Rodgers. So I think he's going to try to go out with a bang and try to beat the Bears, try to beat the Packers. So I think this is the first step. I think he gets a dub against Green Bay with the elite performance. I think it's a close game. Uh, 20, 28, 20.
okay, okay, I ain't mad at you.
That's what I got for that. That's our NFL talk. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.